Welcome to the My Creative Days podcast, where we will talk about all things DIY, home decor, decorating tips, and creating a beautiful home on a budget. I am hoping our time together will spark a creative idea, help you plan your next DIY, or inspire you to finally tackle that project you keep putting off. Grab your favorite cup of motivation and let's chat. Hello, and welcome back to the podcast. Today, I want to talk about something that has been kind of in the works behind the scenes, something I've been thinking about for a long time. I've talked to my team about it for months. We're making some changes to the Furniture Flipping Academy behind the scenes. They're practical changes with the price change. If you have not heard, if you listen to this podcast at all, hopefully you've heard the little quote unquote commercial that we put in there about how low we have lowered the price of the academy. So some of the changes we are making are practical changes just to kind of, it costs money to put together and to host a course or a resource or all of those things. And so, like I said, some of the changes that we're making are practical changes, but some of them are mindset changes. And this has just been something I get the most random, and I know most people do, thoughts or just things that come to me when you're in the shower or when I'm walking the dog. I'm like, oh my gosh, it came to me, or maybe I need to think about it this way, or it's just some of the best ideas come when you're not sitting at your desk. I truly believe that, and I need to remove myself from my desk a lot more than I do. So with these changes that are coming up, I thought it was the perfect time to reintroduce the Academy. I think there are a lot of you that are listening who either don't really know what the Academy is, think it's only for people who want to start a big business, or feel a little intimidated by it. And so I kind of wanted to talk about that. When I first created the Furniture Flipping Academy, I built it from the perspective of, let's help people build a furniture flipping business. And that whole saying right there, that whole people build a furniture flipping business, that is the part that's been kind of months before, not right now, because we're already in the work of doing all these changes. But that was what kept getting to me, because not only is it just me just thinking, this coming to me out of nowhere, but I get a lot of feedback and a lot of questions and a lot of things that I listen to. And one of them was the cost of the Furniture Flipping Academy. That was the thing that was hindering some people. The Furniture Flipping Academy is something that building a business is something that you can do inside of it. I started realizing something, and not everyone wants to create a business, quote unquote. When I say business, I'm thinking of, like it's your full-time gig. That's what you want to do. Some of you just want a creative outlet, a way to make some extra income when you feel like it, a way to justify bringing home that thrift store furniture piece, confidence to try your first flip, or guidance so you don't feel like you're guessing. And all of those things that I just listed, that was kind of me at one stage of my journey. And so my journey, everybody's journey with this is going to look different, but mine, it started out of necessity. I had to flip furniture to furnish our first house because our budget wasn't going to allow me to go out and buy all new furniture. So, and then it just kind of evolved into, what I did, into what I'm doing now. And it's not just furniture flipping, like it's our whole DIY journey that has led to all of this. But the word business can feel heavy. It can feel scary, or feel like a lot of pressure, or like it's something you're not ready for. So I really wanted to shift the way we talk about the Furniture Flipping Academy, because it is not just a course at all. I want people to think of it as a full resource. It is not just an online course that you're going to take. I've taken many over my years of doing this, so many courses. And the Academy, when I came to the team with this kind of stuff, I was like, it's not just a course. If you think about everything we have inside this Academy, it's not just a course. And I think that's maybe it's not just a course and it's not just to grow a business. It is a full resource. We have so much inside this academy. It's, to be completely honest, it's the resource I wish I had when I started over 20 years ago, because I did not know a thing when I started. Listen, I'll just tell you this. I was doing everything wrong in the projects themselves. And then when it got to the point where people were saying, hey, I've got this piece, would you do my piece? I had no idea what I was doing, because I had no idea what that meant. That's a custom order. So I had no clue. And then when I was finding more and more pieces and we didn't need them anymore, but it was like, I know I can make these over. What am I doing? Right? I was wasting so much time doing things the wrong way, the long way. It was just, I didn't know. I didn't know what I didn't know. And that's kind of how I built the academy as well, because you don't know what you don't know. So I wanted to make sure that it was a full resource so that when you got to those certain points, if you chose that, it was in there. It was inside so you could figure out, or you could go to it to get some help in that area. When I built the academy, to be honest, so many people were asking me to build something or to create something to teach them how to do it. And so that I didn't do it for the longest time. I didn't do it for the longest time because I was thinking of the courses that I had taken, and I just didn't want to create something like those. Does that make sense? I'm like, I'm not doing it. There were so many times that I would take a course and then it was like, okay, now you want to learn this? Okay, now go buy this course. Now you got to go to this next level. Now you're ready for this. And it was like, it felt like I was jumping through more hoops. And I just thought that was my experience with some of the courses. And I'm like, I don't want to do a course. Like that, just no. And then I kept talking it through and we kept getting those questions or those people asking us to do it. And then I finally said, okay, if we're going to do it, I just want it to be a one and done. I don't want extra things. We're not going to sell them something else. Nothing. It's a one and done. So that's what the academy is. It is that full resource. It's one and done. It's a toolbox. You don't open a toolbox and use every single tool all at once. Ever. Matt just grabbed his little toolbox to go to one of our rentals, and he had to just fix a threshold thing. But he didn't use all the tools. It was like a couple of tools he picked out for that day, for that project that he needed. You grab what you need when you need it. And that's how the academy is designed. We do have, and we will leave a link in the show notes that will take you directly to kind of the page about the academy. So you can see more in depth. You can hear from people that are inside. You can see projects and just different things that we have on that page. Please go to it. And check it out. There is a sneak peek on there as well, so you can look inside. But you'll find step-by-step guidance on how to start flipping, how to price your pieces, how to know if a piece is even worth picking up, how to sell locally or online. We have tons of tactical templates, worksheets, all kinds of things, no matter where you are on your journey, to keep you organized and just kind of on track. Real examples. We have a lot of videos inside the academy, not just from me. I have other people that have created videos for you so you can see different processes, different makeovers, all kinds of things. And yes, there are sections that go deeper into building and growing a business, but those business-focused sections are there for when or if you want them. So when I created the academy, like I said, everybody kind of, you start in this area of, either it's out of necessity like me, or you're just like, I see potential in these pieces of furniture and I know I can bring them home and make them so much better. So that's where it kind of starts, right? Or you start dabbling here and there, and then it can lead to, especially if you're enjoying it and like you love what you're doing, you love it. It can grow into different things. And that does not mean grow into a business. But I just wanted to kind of put all of those other areas besides the makeover itself. The Academy has, listen, all the stuff about makeovers inside of it. So if you're just looking to do makeovers, that's a good chunk of it. But it was just, like I said, I could have done just, a furniture flipping. Here's how you do a makeover. And then if we got a ton of people saying, hey, oh my gosh, I'm doing the makeover so well. Now my Aunt Susie, my cousin, Linda, they want me to do their pieces. Now what do I do? Well, that's custom work, right? They want to pay you for your work. And so it was like, okay, so if they get there or if that starts happening, I want that in there too. Okay, now you've been, doing stuff for your aunt and your cousin, but you're still seeing a ton of pieces that you want to pick up, and you could make a little side money and maybe pay for this family vacation. Or maybe you want to pay for soccer or ballet lessons or your kids' tuition or just a little extra money for bills, just monthly bills that you have. So you're thinking, okay, I just want to do it a little bit more just for this extra money. Well, okay, so I wanted to put that inside there as well. And then maybe you start watching people on social media that are flipping furniture and you see that they are starting to gain a following, or they are starting to work with companies and brands. Companies and brands are paying them to go find a dresser and paint it and share it online. Yes, that happens. But anyway, so what I'm saying is so I put that inside the Academy as well, because I didn't want you to, there's so much besides furniture flipping itself, the makeover, that you don't, like I started this podcast with, you don't know what you don't know. And so I wanted to add it all in there in case you find that, yeah, I kind of want to do that. Or yeah, I just kind of want to see what that's about. Let me take that module in the Academy and just see what it's about. So you have that resource there for you when the time comes, if the time comes. And it may never come. You may decide, I don't want to go that route, but I want to do this. That's great too. It's all in there. It's going to meet you wherever you are. Okay, I totally went off my notes. So if you start flipping and you realize, okay, I actually love this and I want to grow it, you already have the roadmap waiting for you. Like literally, you've already invested. Again, we've lowered the price so low that you've already invested in it. The roadmap's already there, so you can definitely check it out if that's where you want to go. And if you never want to grow it beyond a few flips a year, that's fine too. Nothing is required of you inside the Academy, especially all at once. You get instant access. You move at your own pace. You have lifetime access. So all of these changes that we are doing now, anybody that's already been inside the Academy, they're going to get all the changes and any additions or whatever that we make. So that's what lifetime access means. There are no deadlines, none. There is no race. You're not competing against anyone to finish anything first or anything like that. There's no race. And there's no everyone else is ahead of me. Nope, not at all. Because your journey looks different than mine, looks different than hers, looks different than his. So you're not ahead of anybody. You're not behind anybody. It's your own journey. And if you want a community, it's there. And if you don't, that's okay too. So we do have a private community for Academy members, but it's optional. You don't have to join that at all. If you would like that, so you can kind of chit chat and kind of, collaborate or whatever with those other, people inside the group, that's great. And if you don't want to, that's great too. That's there for your own use, and you kind of get out of it what you put into it. So the more you engage with the people in there, the better it's going to be. But it's not something that you have to do either. It's just another thing, another, option, or another little perk that we put it with the Academy. But definitely you don't have to join it. You can flip one piece a year. You can flip 10 pieces a month. You can just learn for now and not do anything yet. This resource will meet you where you are. And the price right now is the lowest it's ever been. Well, lower than it's ever been. When we first started, it was a lot higher than what it is now. And again, we lowered the price on purpose because I never, 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 never want cost to be the reason someone doesn't start. And if cost is the reason, I made this so that you could have it, so that you have the resource. So if I have to lower the price so more people can get in, that's fine. That's what I want to do. I didn't create this for nobody to have it. I want as many people as we can to get it and use it at wherever they are in their journey. So if you do know somebody, here's a little side note. If you do know somebody that would enjoy this or could really, take advantage of it or has been talking about it, right now is the time to get in. Please share this podcast with them or share the link so they can just go straight to the informational page about it, just so that they can read about it and get more information. So this can give you confidence, direction, a creative outlet, extra income, or just clarity. I want this to feel accessible to as many people as I can. I don't want it to feel overwhelming. It's not supposed to be intimidating. And it's not like signing up for something that's going to take over your life. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I've taken courses or I've signed up for something and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like I get in there and it's like, week 1, you have to do this. Week 2, you better have this done because in week 3, we're going to be doing this. And if you don't have week 1 and 2 done, by the time we hit week 3, you're going to be lost. Or I've taken courses where it's like, okay, you're in, you have 30 days to complete it. And after 30 days, it's going to be gone. When I tell you, I've taken so many different courses and I had they were fine, but I just was like, oh my gosh, like I'm stressed out now. I signed up for this and now I'm stressed out. And so when I was creating the academy, it's like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So that's why there's no race. There's no deadline. There's no, you get lifetime access. You're not going to be rushed through anything. It's yours to keep, yours to take as you want and need. It is not about building an empire either, unless you wanted to. I don't want you to think that that's what this is about. This is about having the skills, tools, and confidence to flip furniture in a way that works for you, right? So whatever that works and looks for you, that's what this academy is. It's your schedule, your goals, your season of life. We are all in a different season of life. We could all be the same age, but we all have different families and different things that are going on and different jobs and different, we are all in a different season of life. And so this will fit you right as you have time or you have the need or whatever. It's yours to fit in when you need it. And honestly, when we started talking about this and I'm like, I am lowering the price, and they were like, well, I don't know about that. Yes, we are. Though this version, and I just said, I think that, I don't want it to be like, just has to be a business, like a big business. It's a full-time business. That's what the academy's for. Because it's not. It's just a huge resource. And so this version of the academy and the way we are changing kind of our verbiage around it, it's more in line with who I am anyway. I still flip furniture because I love it. It's not out of necessity anymore for me. It's not because I'm chasing something, but it's genuinely because I love the process, the creative outlet. And now I get to help people do the same thing. So I get to teach people through my projects, if that makes sense. So those are the reasons I am now flipping. And I want that for you too, right? If you've ever thought, I kind of want to try flipping, or I wish I knew where to start, or I don't want to mess it up, I don't want to waste money, or I've seen people do this and the whole, working with brands and companies, and I know I've got the eye for it. And maybe I could dabble in that a little bit. Like, that kind of sounds fun, right? This is for you. Period. This is for you. There's no pressure, no rush, no business plan required. This is just a resource that you can come back to again and again. And if one day you decide to grow it bigger, you won't have to start over. And you're not going to have to figure it out on your own, right? You'll have everything that you need. All of the details to the Furniture Flipping Academy are in the show notes, so you can check it out and see if it feels like a fit. if there's something in there, or like after listening to this podcast and you're like, wait, but what about this? Or wait, I've got a question about this. You know how to reach me. I say it in every podcast. You can email me, Lindsay@mycreativedays.com. You can DM me on Instagram @mycreativedays. I want to hear your questions because I want to make sure that I get them answered, and I just want to make sure that you're clear, or I clarify something that's not, like that you're like, wait a minute, what does this mean? Or I need to know that, because then that means that our messaging isn't right. And that's kind of how this whole change started. So it's all from the feedback, the questions, what I'm hearing, that's where all of these new changes are coming, why we are switching platforms and where we host it. But if you've been sitting on the idea, this just might be your sign. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't need a starting point. You don't need a business plan. You don't need all of that. You just need to start, and you just need to decide that, I'm going to check it out. And so I just wanted to record this podcast for anybody that, number one, may not even know what the Furniture Flipping Academy is. You've never heard of it. Number two, just for you that think, oh my gosh, this is, you have to want to do a big full-fledged business to be in the academy. Not at all. I have people inside the academy that are still just flipping for their own home. I have some people that have retired from their jobs and they're looking for a creative outlet. Everybody's why, quote unquote, why, or everybody's reason for getting in, it's all different. And that's one of my favorite parts about the Furniture Flipping Academy is right in the beginning. What is your why? Why are you, what does it look like for you? What does your journey right now look like for you? And I love too that people are like, oh my gosh, I would never have thought of this, or, and it's the smallest things, like how to find furniture for free. It's like some of the modules and the inside the academy, it's the smallest things that people are like, oh my goodness, I never even thought that was possible, or I never even thought to do this, or, so it's exciting for me because I've been on this journey. My journey was self-taught all the way through. And then it was like, wait, something else would pop up and I'd be like, wait, you can do that? Or, oh my gosh, I can make money doing this, or, oh my gosh, this is how you do some kind of makeover or whatever it is. And so to be able to have all of that, and then I also have some friends that were gracious enough to help us put together some videos, and they did their own kind of techniques and things like they are sharing with you inside the academy. So you're just getting so much inside here, and it's not I'm going to sit down and take this in a week or 2 days or whatever. It's something that you can have for a lifetime, obviously, and just pick it up and take it as you need it. So again, if you have any questions, if I can clarify something for you, let me know. If not, I can't wait to see you inside. This is for you. So if that's your question, yes, it is. If you've thought about it at all, it is for you, because it is that full resource from any part of the journey. We've lowered the price, so it is now doable. It's less than your cell phone bill. So it's now doable. You can make up the cost of the academy now in one flip. You can just maybe not get coffee as much as you do this month and pay for it. I mean, the cost is doable now. So that isn't a roadblock anymore. And I just want to get it in as many hands as we can. That's why we created it, right? That was the goal. So if you know anybody that could benefit from this, please share this podcast or share the link in the show notes. That's fine too. That should give them all the information. But I sometimes feel like talking about it, like here on the podcast, or like I do on social media, sometimes that helps to clarify some things and just get the message across more than just words on a screen. So until next time, I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you very soon. Hello, friends. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I'm grateful that you tune in every week and that you share the show with your family and friends. I love having creative chit chats with you, and my hope is that this podcast will inspire you to try a new project, start a DIY that you've been putting off, and decorate your home exactly how you want it. There are a few ways you can help us with the podcast. Follow the podcast so you don't miss an episode, And if you could take a few minutes to leave the podcast a review, that would help us so much. Again, thank you for being here, and I look forward to our chat next week. Bye-bye.